University of Illinois. Their win total projections more than Michigan State. They are sitting at a 6.5, 6.5 wins. Now, Illinois last year, they didn't win as many games as they wanted. They let some games slip away. They ended up winning. They go 8-5, 5-4 in conference. They were poised to get to the Big Ten title game. Just couldn't pull out some of their games late. So right now they're sitting at 6.5. The reason why they're sitting at 6.5 and not an 8 or a 7 closer because they won 8 games last year. So you would think they won 8 games last year, they would sit at the 7.5 win. They're sitting at 6.5. And this is for a couple reasons, I think. One, people look at this and say, well, it's the University of Illinois. The amount of comments I get when I talk about the University of Illinois is, well, you're Illinois. That's all it is. And I get it. Coach Bielema's trying to turn it around. They understand it. This is University of Illinois. This is who we are. This is who they are. Fine. So they have to have the faith of that Illinois can just win consistently, which they have not proven. So fine. I understand that. And I'm sure staff at the University of Illinois, they understand it. They understand the expectations they're setting for themselves. Another reason why they're setting this here is because of losing Chase Brown, because of losing all of our defensive players. You know, the Brown brothers, Chase Brown and Sidney Brown. We're losing Tommy DeVito. You're losing your left tackle and right tackle. Like, I get it. You're losing players. You're getting a transfer quarterback in. They're going to want to wait and see how the offense is going to go. You're lost some coaching staff. Aaron Henry's now the defensive coordinator. You're trying to develop some cornerbacks and safeties to try to, be like a Devin Witherspoon and company that have gone into the draft. I get it. That is why they're saying 6.5. The other reason is to look at their schedule and because of the other Big Ten teams. When you look at the other Big Ten teams, I think it's because what's Nebraska going to be, which we have talked about. How is Nebraska going to be with Coach Rule? They didn't come in and just sweep the nation. They're going to get to 8 to 9, 10 wins, or are they going to get to 4 and 6 wins? They don't know what Iowa really will be. They don't really know what Wisconsin's going to be. Like I said, Maryland can fizzle out, or they could be hot. Northwestern, what are they going to be like? So Purdue. So their schedule has a ton this year of what ifs. They have a ton of toss-ups. And so it's going to be, and you don't have a proven quarterback. He looks good. Everything coming out of camp for the spring has sounded good. The spring game looked good. But that is why they're sitting at 6.5. But there's still that part of me that's looking at the schedule and what they were, the coaching. They could get above 6 wins. Now their expectations just keep growing. Toledo, they should win, even though Toledo is good. The Kansas game is going to be very, very interesting to watch because Kansas did very well, as we know, last year. They did very well. Penn State's poised to be good. Florida Atlantic, you can never sleep on. Then that big matchup with your old defensive coordinator with Purdue. What's Nebraska going to look like? Is Maryland going to be hot? What is Wisconsin going to look like with their first-year coaching staff? Is Minnesota going to be the Minnesota of before and win 11 games? Are they going to be the team that only wins 5? Is Indiana, that it's a revenge game from last year? Is Iowa going to have an offense at all? Is Northwestern going to be beat up by the end of the year like they were last year? So those are questions as to why the 6.5 for the University of Illinois. Still a little bit of lack of respect there from where they were when Coach Bielema first got there to what they did last year. I think they're going to fly under the radar a little bit again this year or fly right in the middle, but that is why they have that at the 6.5. I could see them winning more than 6.5. From what they are doing there, with who the player they're going to have at quarterback, even though I know he's unproven, cool. That means defensive coordinators don't know how to stop him. No offense to Chase Brown. We are going to miss Chase Brown, but now you have multiple running backs you can use. Now the offense is going to look different, and if you have a guy that can throw it like a Tommy DeVito, and but can also move, the offense is going to look a little different. How their defense is going to look, well, you might see a little bit more zone. You might see matchup zone. You might see different zone blitzes, those type of things. So it's just going to be different. So teams at the very beginning of the year aren't going to really know how to combat them because they're going to look completely different. So I think at the beginning of the year, they can compete. And then as they develop and they get better at the things they're going to do, they could get above that 6.5. But that is why for the University of Illinois, they are at 6.5. No respect, but cool. Let's fly under the radar. I am cool with that.